Oh yes, welcome back from that break. We did told you earlier that we'll be having some guests with us in the studio this morning, and I can tell you that they are here with us. But before I introduce my guests, let me allow Ferdinand land on what he was saying, because we had to actually go for a very quick break.
Yeah, I was telling you, it seems the Ministry of Sport has a script that is already pre-written and kept on ground. Yes, like you said, Sunday Diary said a thing before the Nations Cup, and then it happened. And then now we have Eno on board. Eno is also saying, as if it's a repetition of what Sunday Diary have said before now, concerning our team participating in the Nations Cup. We don't expect Peseiro to take us to the Nations Cup and do wonders with antecedent of what we have seen so far. When countries like Lesotho, with all due respect, comes to Nigeria and pull a draw, and then we go away to Zambia, we still need to fight back, like Daddy Billy said. Then it's obviously showing that the Nations Cup, where we are going to meet the cream of the African football, is going to be difficult for us, at that level, because the likes of Cote d'Ivoire, the likes of Algeria, Egypt, and all of these guys are prepared. And then the preparation does not start today. If you look at the qualification, Egypt are topping their group, Cote d'Ivoire are topping their group. These countries, that Senegal and its likes, are countries that are already showing their mettle.
I'm very optimistic that we'll go to the Nations Cup and win it. And I know very well that the grace of God, we do that.
The mentality we have now, we cannot win the Nations Cup.
Anything can happen.
Okay.
You don't predict football. Saudi Arabia defeated Argentina at the World Cup.
Where did I get to?
Argentina
Where did Saudi Arabia go to? Argentina won the World Cup.
All right. We have some special guests with us in the studio this evening, and we are always about grassroots development, talent nurturing, discovery first, nurturing and harnessing for podium success at every facet of our sport in Nigeria. And there is actually a team ESM bettered with that very noble idea of discovering and nurturing and also harnessing talent in the area of football. Brandy, you want to say, and I can tell you that if there is a way Nigerian clubs can actually take a cue, sport is business, football is money, and it has to do with branding and also how you actually position yourself, talking about visibility. Joining us this morning to actually have this very topical discourse is the Chief Coordinating Executive of Greenlock Football Club, Mr. Olayinka Oladunjoye. Thank you so much, sir, for joining us.
You're welcome, sir.
You're looking sporty and very executive, but you're also looking very youthful. It shows that you have that eye to discover talent.
Yes.
Okay. We'll definitely get into the discussion in details. Also joining him on his entourage this morning is my very good brother, friend, colleague in this profession, doing wonderfully great. When you talk about announcers, he actually stands out. And we are proud as a professional sport journalist to always present to him, to the world. Pius Idoko, the media officer of Greenlock FC.
Yeah, thank you very much, Collins, for having me this morning. Thank you for having Greenlock in your studio. I mean, it's a pleasure to be here.
Thank you so much, Pius. Let me come to Mr. Olayinka Oladunjoye, the Chief Coordinating Executive of Greenlock FC. Nigerians would want to know, like a storm, you took over the country. I'm sure your very recent competition that you went down north, people will be asking, where is this club from? Because the beautiful addition and coloration that Greenlock has is not just by its aesthetics, it's also by the coordination, the organization, and the performance of the players. What conceived the idea of Greenlock FC?
Okay. Good morning once again, and thank you very much for having me here. There's a visionary, a young man who came up with this vision. And looking at the way the system of football is in Nigeria, you just look at it that, look, there's something that we can do to change the narration of footballing in this country. It's a young man, and that is our EVC, the person of Funsho Peter, who came up with this idea. And you need to have people who can as well share in your dream with you to run on the same course so that you can achieve purpose.
Mm.
And that is what we have on ground. And that is what kept us running.
Mm.
And so far, so good. We're just barely 5 weeks back, and we took the whole world by surprise.
Wow.
That who are these people? Who are these Greenlock?
Mm.
Greenlock is now a captivating name in the industry of football in Nigeria.
All right.
Both north, south, west, everywhere
Absolutely.
in the country.
Everybody, because I was actually having a discussion with somebody even before your unveiling, and we're arguing that this idea might have been existing. So I'm sure Nigerians are also hearing it now from not the horse's mouth. There's no horse in the studio. We have the chief coordinating officer, executive of Greenlock FC, talking about Mr. Olayinka. So you're hearing it from the mouth of an authority. Just 5 weeks of establishment. Yeah. During your unveiling, it was very colorful, and there were lots of things you actually made sure that Nigerians got to know. Now, Nigerians are concerned because one thing is about setting up club, another thing is about sustainability. We all know how porous our football system is now in the country, especially when it comes to the scouting of talent. And we all know some things that do happen, even in some of our elite clubs in Nigeria, where you see all about unaccountability when it comes to players, transfers, and all what have you. How do you intend to manage these things if peradventure it does happen to Greenlock FC?
Okay, that's a very good one. Everything has been put into measure before going into it. You know, you cannot take away the qualities of the system. That one is germane in the system. So, but you also have to get yourself prepared. That is one thing. And truly, like you said, football is money, is business. And that is why you see people trying to whisk one another off when it comes to the transferring of players, this, that, and well, we've put all those into measures. We have a very good standard. Everything regarding the system, we put it in place. And talking about the scouting, we on our own, all over the country, we have all our scouters
across the country.
Across the countries.
Oh, wow.
That is one of the things that we've done. That is amazing. You want to talk about Abia State, we have a scouts there. You want to talk about Lagos, we have. All what we need is that just give a call. Just say that, oh, I have this fantastic boy. Because, you know, the business of the football is that they are coming. As they are coming, they are going out as well. We are not just retaining everybody in the system. Because what we are after is to make sure that the raw talent of this country, Nigeria, is not wasted. We want to make sure that this so-called talent were able to find their feet somewhere so that at the end of the day, they will not become a nuisance to the society. And we are also looking forward to make sure that the past glory of Nigeria is being restored through this youth, through this raw talent. And funny enough, let me just share something with you. I was a very good product of Principal Corps in those days. And I was one of those first set of under 17 that was so unfortunate to be part of the system, to travel with them. You know, you are talking of like the likes of Ataya Tere. We are very good friends in the field of play.
Wow.
Yeah. So, and you know, then the system was not as porous as this. It was standard. It was okay. It was good. You know. But now you can see somebody just trying to bargain, somebody that doesn't have anything in the upstairs. But we are talking of boys, young boys, raw talents that are ready, that we want to make sure that, you know, you cannot just get a gold to shine without going through the process of
True.
making it to shine. That is part
that will
of what
prepare
we're doing.
you even for the greater
Yeah.
future. Now, let me come to my very good friend and brother, Pius, the media officer of Greenlock FC. Pius, this is actually not saying it the way it's not. I must give it to you. If I will write a commendation letter to be back and front, yes, you have actually been doing greatly for Greenlock FC.
Yes.
And not just Greenlock FC, you actually distinct yourself when it comes to the profession of sports journalism.
Thank you very much.
Greenlock FC, our own national color as a country is green.
Yes.
Very visible in Greenlock FC. Not just the color of the team. In fact, I don't, please just look out for Greenlock FC because you will think it's even the Super Eagles. You will, don't bring that bus to stadium. Anytime we are playing the Super Eagles. But now, you also see the touch of white.
Yes.
A perfect color combination. Nigerians would want to know the media aspect of Greenlock FC.
Yes.
How has it been for you pushing this brand, not just in Nigeria, but also at the global stage?
Yeah, for the media aspect, it's been fantastic, I must say. Of course, like you did rightly mention, you've seen so many things that we've been pushing out there, for people to see what the brand is all about. And so many things, I must tell you for free that the management, they've given it their best shot in terms of the media projection and all of that. Greenlock FC, like my boss have rightly said, the team is actually set out to achieve their set goals and objectives. And it's not just a one-off thing. It is something that has come to stay. Just as exactly what you see with the team out there, that is how the media department is also branded. We have everything that gives us that leverage, to put the club's image out there, that will also enable us to have a very good mileage as well. And that is what they've been very efficient with that. And that is what has helped me in making those projections. It's been very, very fantastic. And I must tell you, of a truth that I'm proud. I'm really, really proud of Greenlock FC. I'm proud of the idea, and I'm proud of everything that I've put forward, to bring some people like us into the system to work with them. And I must say, I must give it to the management. Trust me.
I'll still stick to you, Pius. Yeah, just yesterday or a few days ago, there was actually another unveiling by Greenlock FC when it comes to always redefining sports as business and also the brand of clubs. Because it's just most recently, some clubs in Nigeria began to actually take their branding seriously because that's actually where the money is when it comes to football. Give it to Enugu Rangers, for instance, a very brilliant idea behind what Enugu Rangers is doing, and we can see private and corporate bodies coming into it now. Now, take us through the latest unveiling of Greenlock FC.
Okay, so what we did recently is to unveil a sub logo for Greenlock FC. Yes, the club just, it's a new brand identity for the club.
Wow.
And yes, the idea actually came from the executive vice chairman, that the club needs to have a new brand identity, and which of course is a reassuring figure for football excellence in Nigeria. It's a submark logo. Of course, if you look at it very well, because it was out there. I shared it among different platforms that we all belong to as sports journalists in Nigeria. It's powerful and visually appealing emblem, and of course it also embodies the team's values of excellence, its security, strength, unity, and national pride, both on and off the field. This will actually give, although that's not to say that the primary logo is not going to be in existence, is still going to be part of it. These two will share the same stage, and the new one that we have right now, it's actually going to be more on the business aspect of Greenlock FC.
Oh, wow.
And so it's going to be primarily be for the merchandise of the club, and then of course the main one, the primary logo, is still going to remain as it is in terms of the identity of the club as well.
Okay.
So the idea came from the executive vice chairman. He's not here. He lives in the United States. but this is
Wow.
just to
Yeah, you can actually hear. You can actually hear.
just to
You
also
get there, you bring ideas and domesticate them.
to give you to make more revelations that we are going to have a showcase in January. So all these things are put together by the executive vice chairman. He's a very young man. You know, all these ideas came from him. And then we're going to have a showcase. But before the showcase, we need to introduce this to the world. People need to know that this is what Greenlock stands for. And this is what Greenlock is all about. And like I did say it earlier, I'm really proud of what the entire management staff is doing. My boss here, Mr. Olayinka Oladunjoye, doing fantastically well with the team. Recently, we were in Kano for the NLO Cup competition.
Yeah, we'll come to that.
Okay.
We'll come to that because
And,
your performance there also didn't came out like a team that is just 5 weeks. Yes, it's not a performance of the 5 weeks team at all.
Absolutely.
I would ask you, but
Yeah.
let me allow my colleague because
Yeah.
if there is one thing you said about the new emblem
Yes.
unveiling, is the excellence and
Yes.
security.
That's right.
We are a security radio station.
That's
We
right.
represent security. So the security of the talent and also the future of this lad is also very paramount to us and adding excellence to it. Because I will come back. Let me allow Ferdinand.
Yeah, of course. I'm so engulfed with this conversation so far, and then the idea
Yes.
behind Greenlock, and
That's
then
right.
all I could see is success because the brains behind it is is tuned towards achieving one
The vice
goal.
chairman, no
Now-
bro, go snap it.
Indeed. I'm still sticking with you. Now, in terms
Yes.
of projecting this club,
Yes.
you are a media person. You know when something is sellable and when something is appealing. Now, in terms of where this club will be, let's say in years to come, how big is this dream? And then are we going to be seeing academies coming through Greenlock, a lot of other programs that will scout these talents that you talk about, and then have a place where these talents will be nurtured?
Oh yeah, most definitely. We did said earlier, my boss rightly said earlier, the club already have a fundamental structure, and it is built around scouting of players, not just anyhow players, talented players. Collins, when you see a talented player, you know it.
Yeah, absolutely.
And this thing is not just restricted to the scouts that we have alone. Even you can recommend a player to us.
Wow.
Yes,
Wow.
that's how open Greenlock FC is. And when you talk about when you talk about the projection, when you talk about the sustainability of the club, everything has been structured in its right place. During the unveiling, I think Christian was there during the unveiling, and he heard from the chairman of the club himself, who said the projection is even way beyond the 5-year plan. So whatever we have right now is just the start-off point. As the years goes by, we're definitely going to be seeing big things with the club. Everything has been structured and mapped out the way they want this to be. It's not just going to be like every other club. Like I had a discussion with a friend the other time. He also brought up this very issue that how am I sure that this thing is going to last or
sustainability.
yes, how am I sure it's going to last, stay the length and the
test of
time,
time.
last the taste of time and all of that. And I told him that the people that are in charge are not people that will want to come and stain their names for. They really have this at the back of their minds that this is what they want to do. It's not just for it's not for the management to benefit from it. It is for the Nigerian populace, the Nigerian youth, the teeming youth that are on the streets out there. They are giving out this platform for them to build their career, to make something meaningful out of life, knowing that football, is a big business. Again, I also like to say this.
Not to cut too short, I love what he said, and then where you don't need to be an agent, for instance, to make a call, because it shows how open the club is.
The club is open-minded,
and how ready
it's very open
to see talent firsthand for themselves.
Yes.
Not necessarily wait to cut corners or go through the back.
Absolutely,
to want to see talent.
That's why I said if you have a good player, you can also recommend. Greenlock FC is open to accept a player that is good. The player must be good. The player must be good. Now, I remember most times, most clubs in Nigeria, what they do basically is to rely on, projecting their players when there are national team assignments.
Absolutely.
During maybe when there are under 17 competitions, under 20, under 23, and all of that. But Greenlock is way beyond that. That is why this platform came on board. It's not just going to be like everybody. Just look at the population of Nigeria. More than 200 million Nigerians. Everybody hoping that their player will get into the Nigerian under 17 team because they feel that is the only platform that will project them for the world to see. I'm telling you at this point in time that Greenlock, it's not like they are coming to rub shoulders or to ruffle shoulders with the setup of the under 17, but this is another platform that players can excel and flourish when it comes to football business.
Well, the fact is, except to sometimes want to tell ourselves, the face-off, when I don't call them lies, I call them face-off. But the truth is, you establish clubs, just like the way it's done in other structured European countries, to feed your own national team from age grades. That's actually what it is. So it's not rub shoulder, Greenlock, rub shoulder. It's for the good of Nigeria, rub shoulder.
Yes.
From Ferdinand's question.
Okay.
Because I remember before now, we have the private clubs really not striving, especially in the MPFL, like the likes of MFM and the rest of them. UIFC just stay like maybe a season at most two, and they either go into relegation or go into extinction. I remember the likes of Warrior, that is even the government-owned club that is now a history courtesy of Collins' uncle and from my lawyer. Now, you talked about the sustainability plan. Now, will you be able to fight this competition? There's a level when you get to, there's really not much of a competition in the nationwide League One and the NNL, but when it gets to the Premier League,
that was in the past. You need to see what is happening right now.
The competition is, in fact, it's more there now. It's more there.
It's more there, I understand, but in the Premier League, it's like a fight of two wolves. Now, will you be able to maintain, as a private agency, to run all of the politics behind the field of play and the talent in the game of play? And two, I have another question quickly.
Yes.
As an academy, will it just be focusing on developing them football-wise, or will intellectual be added? Like, is it a school plan to help them? Because they are basically under 17 and under 20. Okay, so
the second question, my boss is going to answer that when it comes to academics, playing combining both football and academics. Now, let me come to the first one. Remo Stars is a private-owned club, right? Kunle Soname is the one in charge of that club, and then we also have Doma United. Are they not floating in the MPFL? Are they not doing well? So I'm just trying to tell you that if we have, yes, of course, to answer that question correctly, football in Nigeria can actually thrive in the hands of private investors. It is just that maybe the environment has not really given us the opportunity for more people to come in and, to make investments football-wise in the country. But with what we've seen, even in the women's aspect of the game, we are seeing more private people coming in. Rattles, for instance, Rattles Football Club, for instance, is a private-owned club, and the club has been in existence in the last 6 years or thereabout. The first time they broke into limelight, they played in the Super 6. So now we are also seeing it's very clear, visible for everyone to see what Remo Stars is doing. True. The way they came, they hit the ground running, and they are a threat to other teams in the MPFL as it stands. What about Doma United? It's neither here nor there, but for the fact that they are still in the MPFL, they've not relegated, they are still playing their football. Trust me, Greenlock is going to be, I'm not going to boast that it's going to be better than any team. That's not what I stand for, but I must tell you that Greenlock, if any private organization is doing it, Greenlock FC can do better.
All right, let's the chief executive actually answer that second question in terms of helping these players merge not just their talent also, because now the question is born out of the fact that sadly there are so many ex-internationals now in a dire state of health challenges. Some not even health challenges, some in abject poverty. Why? Most of them unable to manage the resources when the ovation was loudest. What is Greenlock doing differently to help these young talents?
Oh, okay. In that aspect, we are full business football club. We are not just going into the football pitch and play and say that. We are mindful of all our players that pass through our system. That not just only now, but even in the nearest future, they have a lot to gain from us. We'll maintain them, we'll manage them, and make sure that their future is better and keep getting better more and more. That is part of what we have in plan for them.
Okay.
And for Greenlock, it's not just about the football. We still have other aspects of the system that is coming in place. It's all in phases.
So good.
Not just
Yeah, because that's actually going to be my next question. Is it football? And again, are you planning of bringing the female aspect of it? Will you be diverging into other sports?
Other things that are coming
beautiful.
into it.
Okay.
Other business management that is going to support the system as well. So that cannot be unfolded now. It's part of our structure. So it's to us.
Okay.
So that one is there.
Okay,
Thank
beautiful. Because that's actually the sustainability plan for clubs in Europe.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
The fact is, Nigerians still find it hard to get to the stadium to pay to watch clubs.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, Gideon, let me allow you ask your question.
Yes, my own question is in the aspect of football right now. We know that age is a factor.
Yeah.
So what age are we looking out for in the aspect of the players you'll be scouting for? And also for players who will be taking football as a profession, how do you intend to keep them flowing?
Okay, that's a very good one. Age-wise, you cannot see anybody in our camp that is beyond 18, 19. It's not possible. I'm talking of a real age.
Oh, wow.
We are not talking of football age here. And if you see them, they are fantastic boys, that they are doing wonderful in the field of play. So that is our own standard. There's a boy in the team now. He was one of the talk of players in Kano. His name is Peter. He's just 16 years.
Yeah, fantastic. Amazing. You need
He's the one wearing the jersey number 10.
Number 10.
And he did what is amazing. And all the officials that are sitting with me, what they're asking is that, how old is this boy?
Even Canopilla said they want to sign him.
They want to say, we are not giving you.
Don't say
they are even disturbing tomorrow. They want the ball.
He's an overseas product.
You can never see anybody, as long as you will know somebody that is old.
Absolutely.
So if you tell us this is what we need from you is your real age, just come with your birth certificate, the data you have to prove that this is your real age. Then we'll start doing business with it.
So now, for a 16-year-old boy who is playing for you, is he allowed to go to school? Or
of course, it's part of what we are doing. We make sure that we are giving them all the necessary support to finish their college education and everything, not just only football. And if, peradventure, the doors open abroad, he stay with us and we give him the backing.
All right, our time is fast spent. We have to actually wrap it up quickly now for news at noon. I would have loved this discussion to continue. But quickly, just for 1 minute, the media officer, Pius, take us through the performance of Greenlock FC during the last competition over there, just for a minute.
Fantastic, amazing performance, from the boys, Greenlock FC. A lot of people actually didn't expect them to go that far. For their maiden appearance in a major competition, they were able to, beat all odds. That they were able to defy odds to get to the semi-finals. They came out tops from the group, beating Naroyals 2-1 in the first leg. In the first match, in the second match, we defeated a home side, Kwankwasia FC 2-1 as well. Came from a goal down. And then in the third match, we defeated another home team by 3-2 to proceed to the semi-finals. The semi-finals, we lost to Dunwada FC. But then we have the finals that will be played. The third place finals will be played on the 9th in Buari. And then the finals of the NLO Cup competition will also be played on that same date, on the 9th. So it's been an amazing journey so far for a club that is 5 weeks old to have churn out such performance. I mean, kudos to them.
All right, Abuja, thank you so much for being part of the show this morning. Would have really loved this discussion to continue because it's all about the future of Nigerian sports, and that's actually what Greenlock FC has keyed into. Thank you so much, Mr. Olayinka Oladunjoye, the Chief Coordinating Executive Officer of Greenlock FC. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you very much.
We sincerely do appreciate your time, and also my friend and my very good brother, the media officer, Greenlock FC, Pius Idoko. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Let me also say thank you to one man who has been behind the scenes, Mr. Bayo Olanlege. I mean, he's the chief chief operating officer. Amazing man. He is the Michaelisian and the Makelele put together in one of Greenlock FC.
All right, so, Abuja, that's
the main structure.
Wow. All right, we'll definitely find time to have you once again, and perhaps maybe after the third place final, sometimes maybe before the year runs out or early next year. We wish you all the best, and we hope that Greenlock FC will be bigger than even your own aspiration.
Thank you.
All right, Abuja, thank you so much. On behalf of Ferdinand, Christian, and Gideon, my name remains Collins Achibola. They call me the Radio Senator. Do have yourself a beautiful midweek.